Hi, everyone. Welcome to step 5. Step 5 is talking about the types of growth that you might want to focus on during this time. That is still geared towards your children, although, of course, you can always be going through these for yourself as well. Thinking in terms of growth, there's a million different types, right? But I want you to think about, especially remembering what we just talked about with multiple intelligences, thinking about 3 different types of growth. So there's some conditioning that you have had going through some sort of school system, probably, whether it's public school, private school, boarding school, whatever your situation was. You probably have some conditioning about what school was. And your kids, if they've gone to school, have some conditioning about what school is. Okay, so keeping in mind all the multiple intelligence stuff we talked about, and we know there's lots of different smarts, I want you to think about what is important to you. What do you value in your family? What do you value in your children learning and working on? And there's no judgment and no shame, regardless of what you choose. But I do want you to think about so that you're making a cognizant decision for your family and not just falling in line and doing whatever you think you're supposed to be doing, because there's no should, right? So academic growth and character development are 2 ways at Rising Tides. That's how we'll think about it, is kind of academic and character. Now that's really broad, and so I've broken it down into 3 categories. Is just academic, like typical academic, which we think of as reading, writing, and math, which at Rising Tides we'll call the core skills are reading, writing, and math. Okay, so there's the typical academic, and then there's other academic. So academic meaning like a traditional school. So traditional school usually has the reading, writing, math every day. And then there are electives or specials or whatever you want to call them, where schools recognize that it's important to give exposure in these areas. What I never agreed with, and this is what we're changing at Rising Tides, is just that they should have exposure to this and an opportunity to this every day with equal opportunity as they have to reading, writing, and math as the core skills. So these other things we're talking about are things like art, music, PE, ways to move your body, and those are typically specials that the kids might have like once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. Okay, so typical academic core skills, reading, writing, math. Other academic, PE, moving your body in any way, physical activity, and also it goes with like health and wellness, but that also goes with character development. So anyway, PE, body smart, picture smart, art, music smart. The third category, character development. This is the one that I've always kind of leaned towards with my kids, with my teaching when I was a special ed teacher. And it's one that I definitely am spending a lot of time developing for Rising Tides. Character development, so teaching kids how to think about themselves, how to learn about themselves, explore and discover themselves. That's all of my yoga and mindfulness training, is really teaching kids about their own body, brain, and breath. And then the social emotional aspect of their feelings, their thoughts, others, thinking of others, how to interact with others, how to make friends, how to be a friend, how to be part of a family system, how to, all this like character development, I think is really important. What we've seen a lot come out of the pandemic the past couple weeks is, kids being able to work independently or not, frustration tolerance, flexibility and adaptability, all these things are part of character development, which I think is why the kids at Acton Academy are seen doing so much better with this, not because of the online learning, though it helps that they've had exposure to online learning, but it's really more of the, they've been practicing since day one at Acton, like how to be flexible, how to be adaptable, how to have tolerance for ambiguity, how to learn from successes and failures. So all that stuff is just really important. So anyway, think about this in terms of 3 categories. What types of growth do you care about for your kids and for your family? Typical academic growth, other academic growth, or character development, social, emotional. Okay? And you can certainly care about all three, but just kind of thinking about which one feels more important, and then does your time and energy and schedule reflect that? You know, if you care about character development, are you spending time teaching character development? You can't expect kids to just be patient little humans or be kind to their sibling when they're fighting all the time. Or, you know, so just looking at what do you care about? Does it match what you're spending your time and energy on? Okay, see you for step 6. Thanks, everyone.